the Buffalo Bills pregame show for Week 2 against the Green Bay Packers. Justin's petting a ball, and he's a little sad this week. He's drinking some root beer over there. Alright, this week the Bills' topic of the session is the Bills looked terrible last game. Justin, what can they do better to make themselves look
respectable?
Yeah.
I don't know. Block. They really did no blocking on the offensive line. When your leading rusher has 19 yards, you're not getting the job done there. Edwards ran for his life and somehow still completed more than half of his passes. Not a great performance by him, but they need the block, simply put.
Alright, our next topic of discussion is, are the Packers Super Bowl bound? A lot of talk about this. Do you think the Packers could go to the Super Bowl?
No, I'm going to say simply put again, they don't have the defense to do it. They can't stop the run as well as they should, which hopefully for us this week will allow one of our 3 running backs to at least maybe get 20 yards, 21 maybe.
Alright, now it's time for the offensive breakdown. What do we need to do differently? Obviously we mentioned blocking. We were talking about earlier running more, running the ball more. So what do you think?
Oh, I could agree with those points. The Bills only ran the ball 17 times, and C.J. Spiller only got 6 yards. Not good enough. Lynch looked good for a carry or 2. Fred Jackson only had 4 carries. We need to do more there. There was no reason for the Bills and Trent Edwards to throw 34 times and watch him run for life behind that Swiss cheese line.
They definitely need to run more.
Oh, we need to run more, and frankly, our defense did decent enough to win this past Sunday.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can keep it up against a better offense.
Alright, next topic of discussion for the offense is the impact of Clay Matthews. So what's going to happen there?
Well, he's a third-generation NFLer. His grandfather and his dad and uncle all played for long careers. He's going to be a beast for Green Bay and maybe whoever else he plays for afterwards. Probably well until he's in his 40s. No joke there. He's going to be causing some mayhem for the Bills' offensive line and for Trent Edwards as well this week. So they need to block him, and our running backs need to avoid him with quick cut moves.
Alright, now it's time for the defensive breakdown. Injury report for that. The pause is out of the season, and Grant, which is a big hit for the Packers. So what do we think about those two?
Well, I'll let you talk about pause, but Ryan Grant, that has to screw over a bunch of fantasy owners there. A lot of fantasy agents are a little ticked off about that. As for the Packers and their fans, yeah, they're really bummed because he's a great running back. He's able to do a whole lot for them and be very productive yardage-wise.
Yeah.
Well, that would leave Brandon Jackson trying to fill the load. And guess what? He's not Ryan Grant.
Yeah.
He's not good enough, so.
Alright, and then let me just talk about pause a little bit. Alright, I have his jersey. He's gotten injured almost every single year he's been here. He had so much promise, I thought. He was going to be, he replaced Keo Spikes with a 51. And it's just saddening to see him get injured again. And what did he break?
He didn't really break anything. He's only out for 2 weeks, though.
Oh, okay. But well, still,
he did have 8 tackles in 1 half. He played well while he was on the team.
He is a good player, and it's crazy all the injuries he's gotten. All right, what do we need to do to pressure Aaron Rodgers? How are we going to do that?
Well, their interior line is not the strongest, and if we were able to send like Andre Davis or Aiken Adele up the middle on a blitz, or do some stunts with our outside backers or DNs, we can actually get into Aaron Rodgers' face. He gets sacked just as much as Edwards. He also gets the ball off. The reason that he doesn't get the same beheading that Edwards does is he takes the risk down the field, and even though he holds the ball just as long as Edwards, more often than not, he's still able to have the time to throw it down the field to Jennings and Driver.
All right. Now it's time for a True Bills topic of discussion. All right, the first one is, why don't we get rid of Lynch? There's a rumor going around that he could go to the Packers now that they lost Grant. So what's your take on that? Why don't we get rid of him, or should we keep him, or what?
Well, we could thank Sports Bowl 3 for the question first off.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is part of a crowded mess at the backfield, and if Brandon Jackson does not impress and Marshawn Lynch has a decent day in the limited carries he has, that ups his stock and Green Bay won't be facing us again. So that'd be extra ammo for the Bills to be able to trade him.
Yeah.
And
do you want to trade him?
I would say yes. I would say that we could trade him for a pick. They have Chad Clifton and Mark Tauscher, who are both good linemen, but they also drafted Brian Bulaga very high in this draft, who is a tackle.
Yeah.
So one of those two guys could very well be expendable and fill a big need as an upgrade over Demetrius Bell or Cornell Green, or Ed Wang or Jamon Merritt.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. Our second topic of discussion is: should Fitzpatrick replace Edwards? There's a lot of talk in the local radio stations and talk radios that we should get rid of Edwards and replace him with Fitzpatrick. So what's your take on this? I know.
Well, we have to thank Jake Hamman99 for this question. Honestly, that last game against the Dolphins, I will go out on a limb and I will say this. Trent Edwards is not at fault for that game. The line did not block either way. They couldn't block for the run. They couldn't block for the pass. He still completed more than half of his passes. Yes, he got crushed quite a few times, but he was running for his life because the line did not get it done. The play calling sucked. So I would say that Fitzpatrick, he might be better at running for his life, but he's not a better quarterback. He doesn't have as good of an arm. So why are you trying to run out the more talented player?
And the one thing I want to say is, and I don't know if you can make this parallel, but in the preseason, our first game, we got killed. I don't think Chan Gailey was ready for that game. And he needed to get up to preseason stature, you know, the speed and everything. Now I think the season game, it's different too. It's probably a lot faster, and you need to get up to that. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Packers. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying I think they're going to be...
You're hoping for progress.
I'm going to see some better play and better play calling. All right, now it's time for our keys to the game. My key to the game is they need to block better and run the ball more, like he said.
They don't need to do that. They can just have Edwards stand back in the pocket. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so what's your key to the game?
My key to the game, I will say that they got to blitz, and get in Aaron Rodgers' face. He is a quarterback that can get hit. He's a quarterback that does get sacked just as much as Edwards or put any quarterback in for the Bills in the past decade.
All right.
So get in his face.
Get in his face. All right. Now it's time for the picks of the game. All right, my pick of the game is Packers win 35-17. Justin, what's yours?
I'm gonna say 41-10. I don't even think it's gonna be that close.
All right, wait. All right, you gotta give them. Our defense is not that bad. Come on.
You're already picking 35. Come on.
Yeah,
I think the Bills' offense is bad.
You said before in the other outtake that they're going to score 60 points.
I think it's
they
possible.
They could score. That's BS.
I think it's
that's
completely
not
possible.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, by the way, Nakia wasn't here this week. She was sick. You'll see her score on the graphic.
She wasn't sick. She's faking it. All right.
Faker.
All right. Thank you for joining us this week. Join us next week for the Patriots. That should be a fun game.
It should.
All right. See you later.